Greetings. Shout out to all of my early risers. This is Body-Culinary, and it's time for the 5 a.m. Harriet Squats workout. So hopefully you have your water. I've been having tea, so this is my second tea this week. We started off with sorrel hibiscus, and today we're having our pineapple power infusion. So set your heart rate monitors. I have mine set today for functional training because we like to emphasize functional training. My heart rate right now is at 78 beats per minute. So this is my heart rate monitor. If you want recommendations on a heart rate monitor, tune in with us on the Sunday coaching at 2 p.m. So I have it set for functional training. Once I press start, I'm going to switch the beats per minute so that I can see the percentage of my heart rate, right? And I can see the different zones that I'm in. That can help make you feel more comfortable so you can know exactly how your cardiac muscle, your heart, is responding to the stresses that you're putting on it. So I can see right now I'm working at 45% of my heart rate, which means I'm not doing much of nothing, right? So I'm not really challenging my heart. So you can also check in with your RPE, your rate of perceived effort or your rate of perceived exertion. So right now I'm burning most of my calories or my fuel from fat, but it's not a whole lot of calories. And we go more into that distinction in our Sunday coaching. So make sure you have your water, something, I like to use at least 20 ounces of water to start in the morning to flush the system, and have something to wipe your face, a mat or a cushion for your knees. I have several of my favorite things that I use to cushion my knees, my garden pads, because I'm in the garden a lot. And shout out to you, this is a perfect time to consider hairstyles that you don't have to worry about. I'm very carefree, loving my natural hair because I don't have to worry about sweating it out. So let's start with a couple of basics to make sure that we are moving safely. You want to make sure that your pelvis, so sometimes I'll use the ball, and these are getting loose, or the bowl of my pants or the top of my pants as a frame of reference, right? This is my full bucket. I'm going to make sure I'm not pouring water out of my bucket, that I have my pelvis, my pubic bone, and my pelvis is tucked under. So I can't move one without moving the other side. If I'm tucking my pelvis under, that means I'm lengthening my back. If I'm shortening my spine here, this is actually shortened instead of lengthened. That's compromising my lower back. So I want to make sure that my lower back is supported. That is the job of these different core musculature, to tuck under and to stabilize your lower back. That's really, really important as you're picking things up throughout the course of the day and as you're moving through your movement practice. So tuck your pelvis or your pubic bone under. If you squeeze your glutes a little bit, that will also help you to stabilize your back, especially as we're picking things up and also when we're doing different planks and working our upper body on the floor. Your ankles, your knees, your hips, and your shoulders, we have imaginary headlights there. I want you to, as your frame of reference, picture them facing forward on the road, right? So when stepping out to the side, I don't want my knee to go that way. I want my knee, my headlight, to be facing forward. That way I can protect my joints. I always want to be very protective of my joints, my lower back, and my shoulders. Those are areas of common injury. I want to make sure we get nice and warmed up. Again, we're going to get a nice little Tootsie Roll of cardio, flexibility, dynamic flexibility, and strength, right? That is balanced with your nutrition, which is real food, and natural bodies. By the way, natural bodies matter over here. So your hydration, your sleep, your rest, this is a perfect opportunity for you to release stress. All right, so that's already 3 minutes that we've been yip-yapping and getting well informed so we can keep ourselves safe. So let's start with extending our arms shoulder height. That means that my arms are not dropping here. I want to keep my arms fully extended through the elbow joint is also straight. Through the fingertips, my arms, I want to strive to keep them shoulder height, maybe a little bit above. So if you're a little deconditioned, you may feel the weight of your arms. You're going to alternately kick up, same foot to reach same hand, right? Use your breath. If you're standing next to you, you should be able to hear your inhale and exhale. Kick it up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift your knees to the chest for a moment. At any point, if you feel like you're working really hard, you can allow yourself to recover a bit and then join back in. You can also, if your back feels tight, you can release your lower back by striving to bring your knees to your chest. Same kick, but this time the foot is kicking up to the opposite hand on the diagonal. So we're getting a stretch along our IT band and lower back. Kick it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, arms straight, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So you can grab a small stool, or if you have one of these foam rollers in your house, you can make use of it. We want to be very mindful of keeping the hip joints open. Some people say I have big hips, but your hips are bones and joints. It's usually the adipose tissue that's here, and it's usually that the muscles are likely atrophied if you haven't been working them. So we're going to do an external rotation, opening up the hips. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
You are burning fat.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 big circles, 12, 13, 14, 15. Internal rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You are improving fitness.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So you may be feeling your hip flexors working. Those are the muscles that bend or flex the hip. You're going to either use your body weight, or you can grab 2 of your light water bottles, either 1 liter or 2 liter. That'll save you a lot of money on weights. Tuck your pelvis under. So I'm going to step out to the side, right? On a diagonal, on a lateral movement out to the side. So this foot is going to extend, this side is going to be a squat. So out to the side, step center, press the water bottles up. Ready, stomach muscles pulling the whole time. So it's 1, press it up. 2, press it up. 3, you can just use your body weight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
You are improving fitness.
15, 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good, and 1. Commercial break. So here's our active rest. We have an active rest. So you're gonna have a little jog in place. So if you're new, very deconditioned, you can simply touch your knees to the chest, or you can do it very, very soft. Here, 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 switch. So making it a teeny bit more dynamic. And if you feel even a little bit more conditioned, you're gonna have a little hop. Try to touch your knees to your chest. 60 seconds and go. So you can go here or here. Try to touch the knee to the chest, or right here. Jog it up. That's 10 seconds. Nice and soft landing. You can either go here or here, but keep moving. 20 seconds. Right in a tiny space, that's 30 seconds. Getting the heart rate up. You can lift it up right here. 40 seconds. 50 seconds. And that's 60 seconds. So my heart rate is at 81%. Let's take the external rotation on the opposite side. So if you are standing next to you, you should be able to hear your inhale and your exhale. External rotation, take it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Internal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. You're going to grab your 2 water bottles. Also feel free just to use your own body weight. Stomach muscles pulled in. Stepping laterally out to the side. Keep your belly button engaged to the spine to protect your back. Ready? Here we go.
Burning fat.
1. Press it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
You are improving fitness.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Now you're going to alternately lift the knees to the chest, or you can switch, or you can jog in place. 60 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and lift it up. So remember, you can either lift the knees to the chest, touch it all the way to the chest, or you can switch or jog it out. Making use of your little space, that's 10 seconds. Deep breathe. 20 seconds. Thirty seconds. 40. 50, get it up. Last 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, good. And relax. Heart rate is at 83%. Let's get a little bit more of a stretch. Push your hips all the way to the side window or side wall. Push your hips forward. When you push your hips forward, you want to think of the front of the hips opening. Squeeze your glutes to protect your back. Stabilize your back so you don't lean too far backward. Push your hips to the other side. Now put your hips and glutes on the wall in back of you, feeling a big stretch in the back of your legs and your glutes. And rotate big circles. Nice deep breaths. And reverse that circle. Put it all the way in the side, front, squeeze the glutes to the side and back. Big hip circles. Whew. Good, so this is our standing leg. Pick up the opposite leg. This foot is grounded. Pick it up, stir up pot of gumbo. So challenging your balance just a little bit. Lubricating the knees and rotate it in opposite direction. Now roll the ankles and reverse it. Want the ankles, good. Ground this foot, spread the toes, lift the other leg, and stir a pot of gumbo. Good, and opposite side. Good, circle the ankles and reverse that circle. Good, let's make some little circles. Slight knee bends to one side and reverse it. Okay, we're gonna take a couple of arm swings. So we can open up the chest and the shoulders and circle the arms forward. Good, now swing the arms back and then reach the fingertips for the ceiling without tilting your pelvis. Stretching out the front of the shoulders. Now we're gonna cross the arms across the body and throw them back. Cross and then throw, cross and then throw. Stomach muscles pulled in and rotate the torso. Good, bring the hands into prayer position. All right, elbows together. Keep the hands together, press the elbows together till you can't keep them together anymore. Press them up. Good, bring the arms back, all the way back so you feel a stretch in your chest and shoulders. Bring the elbows down together, elbows together, hands together. Press it up till you can't keep them together anymore. Bring it around and down. This is for shoulder mobility. Bring it around and down. Getting some mobility into the shoulders, stretching the top of the shoulders and shoulder girdle. Good, arms, 90 degrees. Don't move the wrists, moving from the shoulder joint. Turn the arms down and bring them up, warming up the rotator cuff. Bring them down,
You
bring
are
it up.
improving fitness.
4 more. Warming up the rotator cuff muscles. Making sure you have mobility there. And now we're going to drop the head over to one side, tick-tock it to one side, and then to the other. Keep your pelvis again tucked under. Warming up the head and neck. Look over your shoulder and then opposite side. Look side to side over the opposite shoulder. Curl your chin into your chest and then look backwards. Curl it in. Look backwards. Good. Now we're going to take little rolls over to your left. Nice, gentle head rolls and reverse it. Good. Head is in neutral, so make sure the chin is pulled in. Big shoulder rolls back. Okay. Now we are warm and now we're cool. Let's continue activating our core muscles by using our obliques on the side. Your oblique muscles are helping you to pick up all this leg tissue. We have kicks over to the side with control. Don't just fling the foot. Pick the leg up with control, kicking out to the side. Listen to your inhale and your exhale. Ready, kick it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Opposite side, so you're grounding. Spread your toes on the opposite leg, on that standing leg. Belly button is in, so that means your pelvis is tucked under. Ready, kick it out with control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
You are improving fitness.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So we're going to take our first set of froggies. So you're traveling the length of your mat. We're going to start from one end, going together. So down and back is going to equal 1. Again, we're constantly resetting your core So a lot of times we don't think it's gonna poke out. You want to tuck your hips under, stabilize your lower back. Make sure you're not just leaning forward from your back. Make sure you're dropping your hips and glutes parallel to the floor. If you have inefficient form, it's not likely that you'll get the maximum results out of your movement practice because you're not targeting the muscles. We don't want to target all the time the back. We want the legs and the glutes to be working, right? So belly button drawn in, drop your hips and glutes parallel to the floor. Then you're gonna reach for the ceiling and travel to one side. So it's 1, drop it down, 2, and 3. 1, 2, reach for the ceiling, and 3. That would equal 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Good. And 3. Lift the knees to the chest. So get our legs nice and warm. I'm going to take a little bit of core activation, a little bit of dynamic flexibility. So my feet are together, right? Just like this. I'm going to hinge or lean forward at the hips and reach my hips and glutes back, right? So if you're super stiff, you may need to bend your legs a teeny bit. So let's look at it from the side. Feet together, belly button pulled in. Reach your hips back. You want to feel a nice stretch in the back of the leg. So if you can straighten out your legs, straighten out the leg, but keep your stomach muscles pulled in to protect your back. So walk your hands out. Swing in a flat plank. Make sure you're not sinking down to the floor. Keep your hips tucked under. Come back here and come up on the toes and reach for the ceiling.
You
right?
are learning fast.
So again, you're going to walk it out into a flat plank. You're going to come up and then reach your fingertips for the ceiling. Your pelvis is tucked under. Again, feet together. Reach your hips back. Walk out to a flat plank. Squeeze your glutes. Walk back. Reach for the ceiling. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. Try to keep your legs straight if you can, otherwise bend them. 5 more. Fingertips point forward. 4 more. Squeeze your glutes. 3 more. 3.
You are improving fitness.
2. 1 more. And 1. Good, and reach it up. You're coming down again to the floor for your plank steps. Again, we want a lot of hip opening. So from your tabletop position, which means you're balanced on all fours, making sure your pelvis again is tilted up. Ensure that your wrists, your elbows, and your shoulders are lined up. So you don't want your hand too far out here or too far out to the side. You want to be nice and stable. This is not stable. This is stable. So I'm pressing, spreading my fingertips, pressing my hands into the floor, press my body away from the floor. If you're taking level 1 or modified, from here, step your foot outside the hand, come back to center, step the foot outside the hand, come back to center. Make sure you leave some space between your legs. If you're feeling stronger, if you've been working with me longer, straighten the legs out, tuck your hips under, and step it out. So my back heel is pushing towards the back wall. I feel a stretch in this back hip. Keeping your hips and glutes out of the air, step center. And opposite foot steps outside, this back leg. I'm pushing that heel to the back wall. I'm going to feel a stretch all here in my hip. Keep pressing your hands into the floor, step center, and alternate. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9,
You are improving
9,
fitness.
10, and 10. Here comes our first plank. So if you need to modify the plank, that's fine. Do what you're able to. If you need to rest in between, maintain good form, drop your knees to the floor, and then you can come back and continue. Just remember or mark on your fitness calendar what your personal best is, so you can see how your body's adapting and progressing and getting stronger over
You are
time.
burning fat.
I highly recommend that you keep a journal, right? A wellness or fitness journey, so you can see your progress, because that is very, very motivating. Okay, so do what you're able to. If you're taking the modification, your knees are a little bit in back of the hips, but this is not good. Your core is not engaging. You have to tuck the hips under, and I'm pressing. You don't want to sink down. Press your elbow, your hands into the floor. Press your body away from the floor. Squeeze your butt cheeks, your glutes the whole time. Right? You can either go there. Otherwise, you're going to tuck your toes under and come right here for 60 seconds. Ready? 4, 3, 2, and go. Make sure you're breathing the entire time and squeeze your glutes. Keep your hips tucked under. That's 10 seconds down. Now, if you need to drop your knees, you drop them down and come right back. 20 seconds. Very good for the stability of your back. See if you can squeeze your glutes at the same time. 30 seconds. Use your breath. 40 seconds. Keep squeezing your glutes, pressing your elbows into the floor. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, good, and relax. Sit your glutes back to your heels. Walk your hands out in front of you. Come up in the pads of your fingers and open your elbows and your shoulders out to the side. Feel the stretch on your back. Whew. Good, flip it right over. We'll take a quick set of hip mobility. So many of us, our hips are closing down because we are seated far too much. The standard for movement and for fitness, functional fitness, is very, very low. And so I do like to make the distinction between fitness trackers and the heart rate monitor. Some of your devices do both. There is a big difference. We become so sedentary that we need a tap on the shoulder to tell us to get up from the desk and to move. So open your legs wider than your hips. You're going to alternately drop your knees over to each side. We want to open up the hips. You may notice that your hips may be a little stiff. Just make that observation and do what you're able to do. Add your inhale and exhale to each movement. So drop it over to the side and drop it to the side. Notice if one side perhaps is tighter than the other. You want to synchronize your breath with all of your movements. Dropping your knees from side to side. It's for hip mobility. Good, one more. Good, and relax. So, cross your feet at the ankles. Push off of your glutes or your bum. Come onto your knees, uncross, and then stand. Good, excellent. All right, let's carry on. Body should be nice and warm. And today is like a really easy day. So we're going to, if you don't have a riser or a step-up box or a small stable stool that can hold your body weight, you can stay on the floor. All of these movements can be done with just your body movement, which is your body weight, which is highly recommended if you have not been moving for a while. Take your time and respect your body. If you hurt yourself or you disrespect your body, then that's less time you have to work out. You blame the exercise where maybe perhaps you weren't respecting or listening to your body. So if I'm on the floor, one foot is grounded. I'm going to step back, come up, and tap the foot to the floor, parallel to the other foot. Otherwise, I'm going to put one foot on top of the box. So this is where it's great to have your heart rate monitor. Again, when you have these stools, if you have questions, I have a list of for setting up your home gym. You can reach out to me at info@bodyculinary.com. But you want to make sure that your box can withhold your weight. So either you have one built for you, or these usually come with a little marking on the side, which will tell you how much weight that your stool can take, right? So yeah, make sure that you're nice and safe. So you got it. I don't want to stand straight and land straight on my legs straight down, because that will be too much impact on my skeletal tissue. So the bottom leg I want to bend. Now when I drop down and I step up, my thigh and my glute are going to get more work. And now I'm super recovered because I'm only at 57%. All right, so stand up. You're going to squeeze your glutes at the top so the hip joint opens. If you're here, that's not a complete movement. Make sure you're standing all the way up. Here we go. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, drop low, 10, 11, you can just use your body weight, 12, 13, do what you're able to, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 10, 9,
You are improving
8,
fitness.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you should feel that standing leg should be nice and toasty. You can just use your body weight, or you can use a gallon size water bottle, because I've measured that. I know that that is approximately 8.5 pounds. And when you graduate up in your weight or your load, in small increments. So this one is a 12. I have a 20. That feels very challenging. I've done up to 25, maybe a couple times 30. That's more than enough, right? So make sure you're really pressing your palm into the ball. Your elbows are here. They're in. You're going to exhale, stand, and vertically toss it up. Listen to your inhale and your exhale. Ready, nice and easy today. 1, 2, 3. You can use a children's ball to start. 4, 5. You can sit on the chair or your bed.
You are burning fat.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
You are
15.
improving fitness.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So if you're a little deconditioned, it may be really easy for your heart rate to go up really, really fast. My heart rate is at 79%. Had I been a little more deconditioned, my heart rate might be in the 90s. So that's relatively high. So you're going to pause, take a moment, lift your knees to your chest, take a sip of water or tea. Ooh, that's good. So let's take a little upper body break. All right, we're moving a little slower today. So you're coming down to your mat. Make sure that your knees are cushioned. You're going to come into your tabletop position. Make sure that your hands, you spread your fingertips. Make sure you're not snarling up your fingers, bunching them up. Spread your fingertips. Press your hands into the floor. Press the body away from the floor so you activate your shoulder girdle, your scapula, tuck your pelvis under. Walk your knees and back of the hips. You can bring the knees together and tuck your hips under. Squeeze your butt cheeks the entire time. You can open your hands just a little bit wider or halfway off the mat, but angle your elbows backwards so your elbows are pointing to the rear. That'll help you access your triceps more. Listen to your inhale and exhale. Do what you're able to and then record your personal best on your calendar. Down, exhale at 1, squeeze your glutes. Down, exhale at 2. Down, exhale at 3. Down, exhale at 4. Down, exhale at 5. Down, exhale at 6. Down, exhale at 7. Down, exhale at 8. Down, exhale at 9. Down, exhale at 10. Down, exhale at 1. Down, exhale at 2. Down, exhale at 3. Down, exhale at 4. Down, exhale at 5. Down, exhale at 6. Down, exhale at 7. Down, exhale at 8. Down, exhale at 9. Down, exhale at 10. Down, exhale at 1. Down, exhale at 2. Down, exhale at 3. Down, exhale at 4. Down, exhale at 5. Sit your heels back to your glutes. Walk your fingertips out away from you. Come up on your fingertips, open the elbows and the shoulders out to the side. Feel a nice stretch there. You can take a moment and take one knee, bring it forward of the other, bring that foot in front of the other, slide that leg back, and we'll take a quick pigeon pose.
You are burning fat.
So come over into your elbow. You're gonna feel a tremendous stretch around your hip and glutes. This will be a little active recovery. Walk your fingertips out for that big stretch here. You can also walk your hands on a diagonal away from this hip and glute. Getting a nice stretch above the hip. Then come back center and bring this leg forward and then back. Now the opposite knee comes forward. Bring that foot in front of the opposite knee. Slide the rear knee back slightly and come onto your elbow. Your stretch should be to the point of slight discomfort. Again, make sure you're tucking your hips under. Come forward onto your elbow and breathe into your stretch. You can also walk your hands on a diagonal away from the bent leg. So a nice stretch there. Come back to center and come up. So my body is still nice and warm. Let's take that other leg. Other leg. So again, you can stay on the floor. Make sure you're wiping your face. I got a lot of things to wipe my face. If you are dripping in sweat, that's a good sign because we are also pumping our lymphatic system, which is the body's sewage system. So again, if you're on the floor, right, you have one foot is stable, your standing leg. You're gonna step back. Make sure you have some space between your legs. This you don't have stability. Open a little bit wider in that. Step back and then come up. So one leg is my standing leg. This leg is not straight. It's gonna be bent, right? Drop down. Your stomach muscles are pulled in. Come up and tap. Stand all the way up. So stand up, squeeze your glutes at the top. That'll be 1. Use your breath. 2, 3, 4.
You are burning fat.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
You are improving fitness.
18, 19, 20, last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That standing leg should be nice and toasty and warmed up. So you can sit it down for just a brief moment. Grab your child's ball, which is, if you have a child's ball or a basketball that's not heavy weight, that is enough initially. Maybe perhaps if you're super deconditioned or you're more senior, just for coordination, right? And also to challenge your brain. But once you are stronger, you've been moving with me for a while, you want to start maybe with a 2 or 3 pound ball or the gallon-sized water. when you progress, that's about 8.5 pounds. That's a lot. Or you could take a little knapsack that you're not using and put some clothes in it, right? So this is functional training. Just think we're on a farm, you're passing me, the bales of lemongrass or hay for the bunnies, and we're throwing them onto a truck. It's very, very functional movement. So elbows are in, fingertips are pointing straight up. You're gonna stand, toss it up vertically. Exhale, coordinate your inhale and exhale with your movement. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your hips and glutes can touch your bed. 7, 8, 9, 10,
You are improving
11,
fitness.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, toss it up, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Heart rate is up. Commercial break. We'll take our second set of upper body push-ups. Nice and easy today. Coming onto the floor, tabletop position. Tabletop position, tuck your hips under. So your knees are in back of your hips. You can cross the feet at the ankles. So squeeze your glute. This is gonna mess up your back. So you have to tuck your hips under and squeeze your glutes the entire time so you can ensure that you're engaging your glutes. Listen to your inhale and your exhale. Ready? Here we go. Down, exhale up 1. Let your elbows point backward if you can. Down, exhale up 2. Down, exhale up 3. Down, exhale up 4. Down, exhale up 5. Then exhale up 6. Then exhale up 7. Then exhale up 9. Then exhale up 10. Squeeze your glutes. Then exhale up 1. Then exhale up 2. Then exhale up 3. Then exhale up 4. Then exhale up 5. Then exhale up 6. Then exhale up 7. Then exhale up 8. Then exhale up 9. Then exhale up 10. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit your glutes back to your heels. Walk your fingertips out away from you. Come up on the pads of your fingers. Open your elbows and your arms out to the side. Coming up, we have a quick set of froggies. So you're traveling the length of your mat. So traveling down one side, traveling all the way to the end of the mat and back. That's going to be 1 repetition. So my heart rate right now is at 69%. So I know that means I'm not doing much of anything. You're going to notice over time a big difference in your ability to recover a lot faster as you strengthen your cardiac or your heart muscle. So you may not be able to see it from the front, but I'm not here. I'm dropping my hips and glutes parallel to the floor. If you're not doing that, then unless you're really stiff, right? So you may only be able to go here, but you want to make sure you're not going forward because that will compromise and mess up your knees. Your hips have to go backwards as if you're sitting on a chair. Belly button drawn into your spine. Drop it down, reach for the ceiling. So this is 1. Nice and easy today. 2 and 3. It's almost like a recovery workout. 1 and 2 and 3. That's 1 repetition. 1. Drop it down. 2, 3. Drop it like that. 1, 2, and 3. That's 2. 1, 2, 3. 1. Drop it down. 2. Good. And 3. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Drop it down. 1, 2, and 3. Woo. So heart rate went up into the 70s. Again, if I was deconditioned, that would take my heart rate into the 90s. Another set of upper body. So knees and back of the hips. Spread your fingertips. Straighten yourself out. Tuck your hips under. Squeeze your glutes together the entire time. Take your hands about halfway off the mat. Angle your elbows so they're facing backwards. Listen to your breath. Here we go. Don't hump the floor. Don't kiss the floor. Think of as you bend and straighten your arms, the chest is coming down. Down, exhale up 1. Down, exhale up 2. Down, exhale up 3. Then exhale up 4. Then exhale up 5. Then exhale up 6. Then exhale up 7. Then exhale up 8. Then exhale up 9. Then exhale up 10. Squeeze your glutes. Then exhale up 1. Then exhale up 2. Then exhale up 3. Then exhale up 4. Then exhale up 5. Then exhale up 6. Then exhale up 7. Then exhale up 8. Then exhale up 9. Then exhale up 10. Then exhale up 1. Then exhale up 2. Then exhale up 3. Then exhale up 4. Then exhale up 5. You're going to drop down to the floor on your stomach. Working your back a little. Down on your stomach. So even up here, tuck your hips under. Pull your belly button away from the floor. Look down. Point your toes. Engage your glutes. Lift the front of the thighs off the floor. Look down. Your arms are extended, but as you raise up, your elbows are gonna squeeze behind you and you extend as you lower. Here we go. 1, look straight down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Point your toes.
You are improving fitness.
Right? Engage your glutes. Squeeze your glutes. Lift the front of your thighs off the floor. So here's your superhero. You're flying and swimming. Same time. So tuck your hips under. Pull your belly button away from the floor. Point the toes. Raise your thighs off the floor and power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and
You
relax.
are burning fat.
Woo. Last push-up. The last one is the best. So take a minute, do a little bit of a tail wag. Release your back if you need to. Knees are slightly in back of the hips. Woo. Nice, easy workout today. Tuck your hips under. Squeeze your butt cheeks the entire time. Really tuck under. See if you can keep your glutes engaged like you ate too many hot peppers the whole time. Your hands are spread. Hands are halfway up the mat. Angle the elbows inward. Ready. Use your breath.
You are improving fitness.
Down, exhale up 1. Down, exhale up 2. Then exhale up 3. Then exhale up 4. Then exhale up 5. Then exhale up 6. Then exhale up 7. Then exhale up 8. Then exhale up 9. Then exhale up 10. Then exhale up 1. Then exhale up 2. Then exhale up 3. Then exhale up 4. Then exhale up 5. Then exhale up 6. Then exhale up 7. Then exhale up 8. Then exhale up 9. Then exhale up 10. So my arms are a little pre-exhausted. We got 15 to go. Then exhale up 1. Then exhale up 2. Then exhale up 3. Then exhale up 4. Woo, then exhale up 5. 10 to go. Then exhale up 6. Woo, then exhale up 7. Then exhale up 8. Then exhale up 9. Then exhale up 10. We got 5 more. That'll give us 100. Then exhale up 1. Then exhale up 2. Then exhale up 3. Then exhale up 4. Woo. Then exhale up 5. Oh my chest is toasted out. Sit your glutes back to your heels. Tiny bit more legs. We love legs around here because they're bigger muscle groups and they burn a lot of fuel. A little bit more. So, in honor of Harriet, we'll just finish off with some Harriet squats today. So you can use your body weight is fine, right? So you're gonna open your feet wider than the hips. So my headlights I want to face here. Maybe if you're super tall, you can angle your knees out just a teeny bit, right? But I don't want them all the way here. Not today. If anything, I want you to open up wider, right? Tuck your pelvis under, reach your hips back, and sit down. Whatever your range of motion is, sit down. Come up and knee up. Sit down, knee up. So that's basic. If you're adding the rotation, either with your body weight, rotate. If you have the water bottle or basketball, or the gallon bottle is 8.5 pounds. This today is a 12 pound. That makes it really challenging. Don't go up too fast, right? I'd rather you move your body weight before you add load first. Your core is definitely implemented. This is not just about doing sit-ups. This is about engaging your core while you're moving around through space. More functional training. My heart rate is at 69%. Ready, here we go. Sit it down. Rotate 1. And 1. Your own body weight is fine. 2, do what you're able to. 2, sit it down. 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 5. 6. 6. 7. 7. 8. 8. 9. 9. 10. Sit it down. 10. 11. 11. 12. 12. 13. 13. 14. 14. 15. 15. Last 10. 10. 9. 9. 8. 8. 7. 7. 6. Woo. 6. 5. 5. 4. 4. 3. 3. 2. 2. 1. And 1. Heart rate is at 84%. Lift the knees to the chest. Take a quick sip of water. Going down to the floor for some more core. What is a treat? So our core includes our glutes. So our priority is functional core. We don't just want bulky abdominal muscles. If you're eating a whole lot of salt, if you eat too much food in one sitting, if you're eating a lot of processed, dried, salty foods, you can have muscle and you're not going to see it. Especially if you have an apple shape. If you're pre-diabetic and you're storing a lot of adipose or fatty tissue, that's a technical term for fatty tissue around your midsection. The midsection is the most dangerous place to hold and start storing adipose tissue. Again, that can be from dietary habits. Over the years, we burned out our body's ability to manage or produce insulin, stress, lack of sleep, cortisol, and eating substances masquerading as food, right? So consider your hydration and your consistency. Okay, tabletop position, tuck your hips under, press your hands, fingertips to square, press your hands to the floor, press the body away from the floor. Left elbow to right knee, and then extend. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5, 4, 3, 2, good, and 1. Give a little bit of a tail wag to release your back. Again, spread the fingertips, press the hands into the floor, press the body away from the floor. Opposite side, right elbow to left knee and extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. With a little bit of a tail wag, you're going to take a quick set of kickbacks. So we'll take them from this position. Bend this leg on one leg. You're going to bring the heel close to your glute and press it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5, 4, 3, 2, good, and 1. Opposite side. Tabletop position. Tuck the hips under. Press the hands into the floor to activate the scapula. Bend the leg. Bring the heel close to your glute. Press it up. 1, 2, all the way up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5, 4, 3, 2, good, and 1. Flip over onto your backs. Coming down, home stretch. So you're flipping onto your back. Your pelvis is going to be tucked under, so very, very important on your core work, or for those of you that do so-called ab work. You want to make sure that your pelvis is tucked under. So if I'm like this and I can slide my hand underneath, then my back is not stabilized. I want to tuck my pelvis under, glue my lower back to the floor. Now my back is stable. If I'm doing sit-ups and all this core muscle work and my back is popping up the floor, you're likely pulling on your hip flexor muscles, which are making you tighter, and you're more than likely pulling on your back. So we'll keep the head and neck out of the way today. Today's an easy day. Palms down. Roll your knees into your chest. Your hips and glutes are rolling off the floor. When you extend, you can extend up high, but keep your back on the floor. Use your breath. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Find your level. 16 is long. If you've got it down low and your back is popping off the floor, that's no bueno. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So hips tucked under, spread the arms out to the side. Left leg is straight. Pick the right leg up so the bottom of the foot is parallel to the ceiling. Drop that right leg over to your left side. You can either keep it straight or you can bend it a little bit. That'll give you more access to your lower back. Take the heel of your hand, give your lower back a little massage. Breathe into your stretch as your body cools itself down. Come back up center, lower that leg down. Now the right leg is extended. Left leg is up. Bottom of the foot is parallel to the ceiling. Drop that left foot over to your right side. Feel a stretch in your lower back. Yeah, pick it up. And lower it down. Both legs up. Cross your right foot over the left knee. You're going to take your right arm, stick it straight down through the center. Both hands come behind the left knee and pull your legs in towards your face, letting the hips roll off the floor. You can bring that knee into the chest. This bent leg, I'm going to take my right elbow and press outward on that right knee. And that's going to give me more stretch around my hip, my glute, and it travels to my lower back. Breathe into your stretch. And switch sides. So both legs are up. Left foot crosses over the right knee. Watch your waist speed. You might need to adjust your waist speed so they're not digging into the floor. So stick your arm straight down through the middle. Both hands come behind the right knee. Let both legs roll off the floor. See if you can bring this knee into your chest. This bent side, I'm going to take my elbow and press out on that left knee or the bent leg. And I really feel a big stretch around my hip and my glute. The more my legs come to my chest, the bigger the stretch. Woo. Good, and relax. Roll over to your side. Take the top hand, press it into the floor, press yourself up. You're going to come into a nice little straddle. So stomach muscles pulled in. Inhale, exhale, walk your hands forward. Extend and reach your chest in the direction of the floor. Breathe into your stretch. Wiggle your legs and your feet. Work your way into the stretch and breathe. Good. I'm coming over to my right side, and I'm gonna reach my left fingertips over to my right toes. I'm getting a stretch along the side of the body. This bottom arm here, I can actually press it into the knee. That's gonna give me more resistance, so I get more stretch here. Circle the arm around, bring it over again. Feel that stretch. Let the body float up. Over to the other side again, the belly button is drawn in, so you're always looking to support your lower back. I'm leaning my right fingertips in the direction of my left toes. I'm lifting up and out of the hips, so I'm feeling a nice stretch along the side of the body. This bottom arm, I'm pressing this knee open, so that's giving me more resistance, so I feel more stretch here. Circle the arm around, bring it over again, reaching your right fingertips towards your left toes, and breathe. Good, and release a little bit more stretch for the lower back and hamstrings. So my left leg is extended. I'm going to bend my right leg. So my right foot is sandwiched into my left thigh. Stomach muscles join in to support my lower back. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Reach for either your calf, your ankle, or around the foot. Inhale, exhale. Now you don't just want to round your back. You want to extend, reach your chest forward. And that's going to help you feel tremendous stretch in the back of the extended leg and the hamstring. And also feel a big stretch around this bent leg, around the hip. And breathe into your stretch. Good, and release. Switch sides. My right leg is extended. Left leg is bent. Left foot is sandwiched into the right thigh. Belly button is drawn in. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands forward. Reach for either your calf, your ankle, or around the foot. Inhale. Exhale. Extend. Reach your chest forward. Feel a big stretch in the back of the hamstring and the back of the leg. Feel that stretch around the bent hip. Keep reaching your chest forward. Breathe into your stretch. Good. And release. Sit up nice and tall. So make a little square with your legs. So my ankle is crossing over the knee. I'm going to strive to make a little box. Now, if one side of you is tighter, that's fine. The body, this is good for you to see actually where your body is in space. This you can't see when you're sitting inside machines. So don't be too concerned. Just be observant if one side is tighter than the other. So I want to line up my ankles with my knees, try to make a little bit of a box. So I'm going to feel the stretch on the top leg. Inhale, exhale, walk your hands forward, come over into your elbows. Let your elbows walk forward and just let your body weight pull forward. You're going to feel the stretch around the hip and glute of the top leg. Then you're going to walk yourself away on a diagonal, away from that top hip. And feel that stretch. It can even travel to your lower back. That feels good. You can kiss your own feet. And other side. So put the other leg on top. Make a nice little box, lining up your ankles with your knees. Belly button is drawn in. Inhale. And so always trying to coordinate your breath with your movement and come forward onto your elbows. Feel that big stretch on the outside of your hip, on the bent leg, on the top. Into your stretch. Now you're going to walk away from the top leg on a diagonal. Walk away, walk away. Breathe into your stretch. Good. And relax and sit up. Take a moment to seal your movement practice, to ground your practice. You're invited to set an intention for your day. I invite you to acknowledge yourself for giving yourself an example, a tangible evidence, tangible example of you demonstrating stick-to-itiveness, resilience, tenacity, the ability to endure discomfort for your own self, before your spouse, your children, before a job, actively investing in the 401k of your own health first. I invite you to take a mental snapshot of what relaxation looks like and feels like in your body. When you take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. See if you can bring to your mind's eye something that you are grateful for. See if you can bring to your mind's eye something that brings joy and laughter to your face. Take a mental snapshot of what that looks and feels like in your body, should you need to access it. Should you become triggered or encounter another human being who is triggered today, I invite you to feed and nourish yourself with the most colorful, nutrient-dense, life force, vitality-filled, peaceful fuel that is available to you today. Food or fuel that loves you back, that demonstrates that it loves you back. Food that is kind to your brain, your arteries, your lungs, your reproductive organs, to your joints. Food that is going to fuel your vision for your life. I invite you today to create a great day on purpose, simply because you said so. All right. So let's look at what we got on our heart rate monitors this morning. Not bad.
Training paused at 1 hour, 6 minutes, 29 seconds.
So I think we went a little slower today for a little more instruction. So I got a little 374. That's not bad, right? 374. That's actually excellent. So depending on which heart rate monitor you're using, if you're loading it up onto the FlowerFit site, there's a section to input your daily heart rate monitor results, what you're doing daily. You can share that as well as the foods that you're eating for some positive accountability. And there's also an area to mark. Your heart rate monitor is going to give you a printout for what you've done from month to month. This is a powerful tool. I call it your own EKG report, because when your body is transforming, or when you transform your body, you can go back and you can look and see exactly what you've done. You can see when your body's getting used to the same old movement pattern, which is something we don't do around here. We're gonna make sure that we don't plateau. So there are numerous things that we can put into place to make sure that we're not plateauing. So you'll get to be able to read your heart rate monitor. If you have questions about your heart rate monitor, the printout, and you don't understand it, you can bring that to the Sunday coaching. So do take a snapshot. You can share it and you can tag me, tag Body-Culinary Instagram, Facebook, your results. Definitely put it into the FlowerFit if you haven't already filled out the application. In the About section, you'll see the application for FlowerFit. You must have an identifiable email, an avatar, some way to identify you before we let you into the room, so we can make sure that is safety is prioritized for women, for young adults, etc. So you can catch this on the replay, so you can stay consistent in your movement practice. If you're reactivating your movement practice, if you've been plateauing and you're doing something different, maybe you only have a tiny space. There's a lot you can do with a tiny space. If you have space for a mat, anywhere that you're paying rent or mortgage, this is one of the best kept secrets. This is one of the best tangible self-care lifestyle practices that you can give yourself. So remember, our Afro flower, with my list, our Afro flower lifestyle practices are peaceful consumption, garden therapy, and cultivating a personal movement practice. Create a great day on purpose because you said so. Like, comment respectfully, and subscribe. You can find me also on Instagram, and Kwasa with a K, peaceful like full belly eating on TikTok. See you soon.